Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a premium hard database question that I just solved on my own. So I'm super happy about this and I'm very glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance. So let me show you how I did it. This one's report contiguous dates number 1225. Basically, if you look at the output, it's pretty self-explanatory. We only care about dates in 2019. So the first 2019 date, January 1st, to the last 2019 dates, December 31st. And then we just want to order them by date. So notice that these are chunks. So the start and the end date can be the same, but we do not, for example, this cannot start at 0.5 or January 5th because it's already been used. So that's something to be aware of. Basically, I just tried to get all the dates of 2019 and put them in an array. So let's call this answer for I, F in enumerate failed date. So I just got the date and parsed it to get just this part. So it should be string F dot split of 0. So, and then also up to 4. So if cur is equal to 2019, then we know it's a valid date. We can just append the date along with failed because we know this tables are the failed transactions, and then do the same thing for succeeded success date. And again, cur is string s dot split 4. Same logic. If we're in 2019, then we append cur and succeeded. Okay, so obviously we have to sort answer by the date. So that's going to be index 0 of each sublist inside of this matrix of answer. So if we print answer, we should see that that lines up. Failed and succeeded. Let's see here. So succeeded. Oh, we want the actual date itself, not just the year. Well, let's just append string s. Let's call this shorthand, or y is s dot split of 0, and we're just going to append y. Split. So we actually want the date, but not that granular. String of f. Okay, cool. So you can see now, basically we're going to keep parsing, and then we're not going to repeat. So I'm going to use a while loop for this. We're going to say I, j, is it the same? If it is, then keep going. If it's the same, then keep going. If it's not, then we break the loop and we start I here and then do the same thing. Is it the same? If it's not the same, then we're breaking the loop, starting I here. Okay, so I is 0 while I is less than length of answer. And we want to store all the results in, let's call this results. And then for j in range, I plus 1 length of answer. Again, the start status, so the cur status is answer I of 1. Okay, so we want to make sure, as long as the status of the list we're iterating over is the same as cur status, then let's call this a batch. We can say batch.append. Well, first, we want to append answer of I, and then answer of j. If it's not, then we break the loop, right? And then if we print batch, we can see, but first of all, we need to move I forward. At the very least, we have to move it forward by 1 pointer. Usually we'll have this move all the way here because we've made progress. So I is max of I plus 1 and j. Okay, so if we print batch, you can see this lines up perfectly with what we see. And then we can just append batch.copy. So another thing that's important to note is we have to keep track of the biggest dates so we don't overlap and start on the same one. So let's create a list called biggest, and that's going to keep track of the current end date. Okay, so biggest dot append answer I of 0, and the idea is if answer I 0 and biggest, well, we can do that down here. Biggest dot append answer I of 0. Well, actually, we can do it anywhere, but if biggest and answer I 0 is less than or equal to biggest -1, then we have a problem. We can just move I forward and continue. Okay, so that's the idea behind it. Now we can just go through results and make 3 lists for ARN results. So index 0, index 1. There looks to be 3 columns. So, oh, sorry. We do not need this because for batch, we're just going to append the actual status and the first and the last. So that's why we can say biggest dot append batch -1 of 0, because that's going to give us the biggest date we've seen so far, and that's what we need to compare to for the next run, so the next I doesn't step over this. So we're going to append the status, which is cur status, and then batch 0, 0, and batch of -1 of 0. Okay? So if we print result, cool. So you can see that's exactly what matches up. And now we can create our 3 lists for each column. R1, R2, and then create a data frame. Set the period state to 1. Start dates, end dates, 2, 3, and then return the data frame. Okay, let's run this. Submit it. And there you go, passes all test cases. So again, I'm super happy that I was able to come up with my own solution to this problem without any assistance and solve it completely on my own. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.